Hey, what is a random historical fact?
I think there's a very nefarious reason for these jobs.
Miles from the movie Wicked have a dude. Have you seen this creature right here? They call it their back.
There's an actual design towards projecting. So take a look. Notice that it is projecting literally outward, okay? Literally outward from where I am sitting. We're not seeing it happen anywhere else. We're not seeing it shoot anywhere else. And you see, as I'm sitting there doing this, just waving my hands back and forth, you're getting more movements like that. Look.
It almost feels real, but I'm like, yo, turn the camera. Is there a leaf blower on the other side? But like, there's only one way to find out. We're all gonna have to become waterbenders. That's the only way. That's the only way. Oh my God, what the heck? Imagine you go to a lake and you see a bunch of goons just standing there, just like, we're practicing, we're harnessing the energy, we're gonna do the things, don't you know? And then all of a sudden we create a typhoon, a water typhoon that no one expected. That's what they will really believe. I mean, in theory, they say anyone can do this. It's just like telepathy, right? Anyone can do it. Anyone can move an object with their mind. They just need to concentrate. They just need to concentrate. That's what the CIA said. What do you know? You don't know. You don't know. Wait, what? I also want to become an airbender. Oh, man, flying would be so cool. Imagine we could just fly wherever we wanted. And don't even need to take the airplanes. Hey, I don't need your $1 drink and maybe a lackluster type of cookie or peanut. They don't even give you peanuts anymore. It's like, oh, my God. What the heck? It's like pretzels or cookies. I'm like, what about the peanuts? No more peanuts. Maybe some airline out.
Yeah, let's go to the mountain.
I just want to know where y'all found the audacity on sale in this economy to be talking about my animals. I had one lady come on the Book of Faces talking about, oh no, you got another animal. I said, oh no, you got another baby daddy, because you got more baby daddies than I got dogs. Yes, I said it because I'm tired of it. I did. I said it. Then this one woman came in my comments looking like this. You shouldn't be breeding in dogs. Some humans shouldn't breed either, but yet here we are. And then there's fat jokes. Your dog sure is fat. You want to go pound for pound. Regina, tell them to mind their own business. You didn't know you was getting involved in this, did you? You didn't know you was going to have all this attention and drama, did you? What you think about it, Kobe? And last but not least, this lady said, I hope you got pet insurance. I said, I do. It's tied in with my husband's benefits at his job. Must be nice to have pet insurance and a good husband.
You cannot change people like this. Everyone's going to judge. Trust me. Trust me. Everyone judges. It's just how it is. Some people are vocal about it. Some people just do it behind the scenes. But no matter what, they're doing the judging. But us goons already know that. We're aware of that. We know this stuff. What is the end goal here? Like, what are you trying to do? Make her, like, give away her pets? Like, hey, there's more pets and pounds that are being put down, and I'd rather them go to homes. And if this lady can give them a home, what's your deal? Bro, I don't even have pets. I don't even have dogs or cats. I don't believe. I just I already have trouble raising one baby. Imagine me with an animal. I can barely take care of. No, the fish are great. Don't worry. I just don't understand. They were like, hey, these fish died like 3 to 5 years. I'm like, 8 years later, the fish are still alive. I'm like, what do I do? Do I add new fish in or do I take the fish out? Wait, what? What were dogs? Yeah. So the other thing was, it was like, hey, the dog was fat, but it's like, hey, that's pretty good. She's feeding the dogs healthy healthy diet. And then some people say like dogs look like their owners. So if the dog's fat, does it mean the owner's fat? She don't look fat.
Hi, what is a random historical fact that you just absolutely think is the funniest thing in the world?
The last person standing on the Titanic was the chief baker. He literally was the last person on the boat. So before it was fully submerged in the water, he was the person standing right at the end. But that's not the fun fact. He tread water for 3 hours waiting to be rescued by a nearby lifeboat. And when he was rescued, he was pulled up into the boat. There were no signs of hypothermia or frostbite due to the fact that the man was wasted. He was an alcoholic. And at the time of the sinking of the Titanic, his blood alcohol content was so high that his body literally could not freeze. It was literally his blood had become alcohol. So he was fine. Think about that the next time you're watching.
The doctor says Cap. The doctor says Cap. I don't know. I mean, logically, it makes sense, right? Now, yeah, you got alcohol in your blood and you don't. Yeah, it wouldn't freeze because it's like in the blood, right? How is this Cap? We need to go try this out. Who was the caveman? Otzi? We need to go find out. Hey, were you drunk when you actually got here? Is that what happened and you fell? We'll know. We can still start his. Oh my God, it's going to be Jurassic Park for reals. Never mind. Oh, I could have tried this last night. I had fun last night. It was quite interesting. My two buddies came over and they went to a barcade. They took me alongside them and met a lot of cool people there. And it's first time for everything. And we had a good time. Woke up the next day and still feeling like John Smarty. So, still feeling like John Smarty. When does it stop? Are we still? Never mind.
You know something I can't stand about Black culture in America? Why are we so quick to demonize our roots, our ancestry? Like, Christianity really got us in a chokehold because I done been around people that gonna tell me the Ankh is demonic. The Eye of Horus or the Eye of Ra is demonic. No, the Ankh was in existence way before Jesus Christ was even a thing. Matter of fact, the cross is just a bootleg, especially when people see my tattoo, 666. But that's the chemical makeup of melanin. Carbon is 6 neutrons, 6 protons, and 6 electrons. We're so uneducated on who we are. Because I've been going out with this jewelry on, this ancient aura jewelry, and I done already got some dirty looks from uneducated people in them nasty crackles. But don't get me wrong, I've also got some smiles, head nods, and eyebrow raises from people who really know what's up. I don't know, I just feel like when I wear this jewelry, when I wear this Nefertiti ring, when I wear this Ankh necklace, when I wear this eye necklace, I can feel the essence of ancient Kemet. You know what I mean? It's like, I feel like, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? And I'm not the only one who feels that way either. There have been thousands of people to buy this jewelry who feel the same way that I feel. Y'all might as well go ahead and get some. And when you spend $100 or more, you get a free Ankh chain. And you can shower in this and everything.
Man, I didn't realize this was a freaking sales thing and she was trying to plug her jewelry. Hey, but regardless, what you said is interesting. People crackled at her, like when she told them she wears jewelry. Like, imagine somebody crackling. Like what kind of laugh would that be? Like, you're just walking and they start crackling, like, look at her jewelry. She put a third eye on her thing. No, I don't believe that. I think you're making that up. I feel like most people would be respectable. It's your own being. Why would they just start laughing at you for wearing stuff? Yeah, you know, the other part is I wear a lot of jewelry, right? And there are days where, you know, I take the rings off to clean them or whatever it may be. But at that time, I do feel like almost naked or powerless or not the same without the jewelry. And now I've increased the amount of jewelry. I started off with 1 ring, then 2, then 3, then 4, then 5, then back to 4. It's been quite crazy. But I will tell you, I do notice having some type of metal on the body or some thing that absorbs. I don't know. Gold just feels like a very good conductor of energy and dissipating malicious vibes as well. It's hard to explain. You got it. Maybe the girls know. Maybe you have that one jewelry piece that you go over to. John Smarty, I see what you did. You're an amazing person. Thank you very much. Welcome to the Goon Gang. Love to see it.
So I'm betting that you've heard about Stonehenge, or maybe the Avebury Stone Circle, right? The famous ones. But have you heard of the Shap Stone Avenue? No, neither had I until today. And the reason that you don't know about it is because it was nearly completely erased from history, apart from a few paintings and sketches done in like the 17 and 1800s. Here is a sketch done in 1861 by Reverend J. Simpson, and it shows a huge stone avenue of megalithic, like dolmen stones, a gigantic circle with a absolutely ginormous center stone. I'm going to say it. It looks like a massive willy. Is this the biggest dick drawing that humans ever made? Possibly. So we have a couple of sketches and this painting, which is the only thing that really shows us the avenue in great detail, which was done, I think, in the 1700s by a lady patron of the arts. And we also have two little descriptions of it in sort of historical documents. And I quote, "There be huge stones in the form of pyramids, some 9 foot high and 14 foot thick, massive stones, ranged directly, as it were, in rows for a mile in length." And here in another document, it said it makes a very large curve or an arc of a circle as those at Avebury. Now, Avebury is absolutely massive. So this megalithic site was huge. So what happened to it? Humans happened to it. In the 1800s, when we were building the railway, what did we do? We built one smack bang in the middle of the stone circle. The railway, and we just dug it up. Also, farmers wanted to use the land and didn't really understand the historical significance of what they were doing. They were moving stones, prehistoric stones, potentially, 4,000 or 5,000 years old. Just move that out of the way so we can plough the land. And they were huge. This is one of the only still remaining stones. There's a few of them scattered about. This is called the Goggleby stone, which is massive, and it fell over in the 70s, and they tried to re-erect it a couple of times in the original hole, and they couldn't do it. We don't have the skills to stand these stones anymore. So what do? We whacked it in a load of concrete, because that's all we know how to do. Now, there's one more really cool clue that this site used to be an ancient prehistoric important site, and that's in the name. So where is it? It is in a place called Shap, which is in the northeast of England, kind of like midway between Scotland and the bottom of England, if you don't know the geography of England. So a previous historical name for the place was Heap, which means a pile of stones. They literally called the place after the monument that was there. Then if you don't know about the accents that can appear in Northern England, some of them can be pretty strong. And they believe what happened is over time, the strong accent of Heap turned into Hiep, which turned into Shap. Just to do with accents and phonetics and language and whatnot. So now it's called Shap, used to be called Heap, but there's a clue in the name. So if anything, this has just set my imagination on fire, because it shows you that very recently in our human history, we can completely erase and forget about massive historical structures. They can just disappear off the timeline. And if it wasn't for a few little sketches or a few little clues in the name, we really would never know what was there. And it means, I think, that we should always keep an open mind about what is buried in the ground, below the ground, or what has previously been destroyed and lost to history, because we probably only know about 3% of human history, maybe even less, because of how quickly things can just completely disappear. So there we are, as you were.
As you were? What the hell? All right, interesting. So Stonehenge wasn't the only place. They also did this somewhere else, it looks like, and they couldn't figure out how it all went together. They had to add the concrete because they're like, hey, we didn't have the guy that's got the Guinness World Record of balancing that can balance anything. Should have brought him in. Should have told him, hey, we got a job for you. Got to balance the stone. We can't do it. Oh my God, that's hilarious. That's literally hilarious. I'm like, I just can't fathom, like, hey, gotta put a railroad in this like ancient monument thing that we know nothing about. We're not even gonna worry about that. We attempt to move the rocks and rearrange. Nothing. At least they got the railroad in. That's all they cared about. And then they destroyed everything, and we wouldn't even know. It did look like a interesting picture. Who were we trying to? What were we trying to say? What is this, art?
Usually the Dark Lords just revive.
Okay. Take a bite.
Okay. Von Ricky Martins. Lost a bunch of other information unique to Ravenloft.
Take a bite.
Very neatly summarized domains of dread contained in the book already, like pre-made ones. Real to work with for turning them into an actual adventure setting.
Okay.
But it's kind of got like French aesthetic. And the domain is basically this one city. A dinner that barely counts as a banquet.
Okay, take a bite.
The grand masquerade that happens like every week. Someone who they're not. Someone, they're all starting to be like figuring out that they're not, despite the fact everyone knows they're not. It's like an open secret.
Okay.
Learns, isn't.
Take a bite.
Wait, I don't. Did she just walk him? What just happened? I guess this is a disorder that is going on. Oh my God. I don't know. It's many things. I'm partially like, bro, just sit down and eat. And you just have her tell him, take a bite. And you still listen to the conversation, but just like, let's get him eating. You know, if he's having difficulty eating, oh boy. The like button real good. Makes you want to eat. I don't know what's going on here, but if it is a disorder, it looks like they're managing well. The guy seems healthy, right? And it seems like, is this the mom? Is this the girlfriend? It's hard to tell these days. You never know.
The following video is an update in regards to the secret room in the backyard of this young lady's, Jackie's mom's home. She shows you a glimpse of the yard itself and then where the room is underground, and still so many questions are there. Like, how long has this been there? How long have they been aware of it? And when you look at it, it looks like some sort of holding room or something. It's weird. Take a look at this and tell me what you think.
Okay, so the backyard is over here. You go outside, and then you come over here where the yard is. It's the cement area.
Wait, what the heck? There's a chair. Was someone playing like it or something? It's literally. Oh, we got more. No way. There's no way. Nah, there's no way. It's hard to believe. Feels staged. Is this like a Halloween prop? Oh boy, imagine this is the real underground tunnels back in the day that they used in order to move the peoples. Hey, it could be anything. This could be completely AI generated. There's only one way to find out. We're going to have to go to this location and see. One of us is going to have to sit in the chair and see if that's the entrance to the other side.
Always be careful of the silent killer.
At first, you might not see what's wrong with this video, but if you look down here in the bottom left, you'll quickly start to understand. This video sent to me through Instagram DM shows this person cooking rice. Underneath it is a flame. But if you look down into the bottom left corner here, we can see a propane tank inside of the house. And this right here is actually quite deadly. So of course, by now, if you guys haven't already figured it out, we're talking about carbon monoxide, also known as the silent killer. There are plenty of things that cause an excessive buildup of carbon monoxide in your house, but the reason this is dangerous is because usually you don't have enough proper ventilation, so you inhale too much and you die. And apparently this is something that happens more often than not. People just don't have the foresight to realize what they're doing, and every single year, 12 people die from grilling inside of their house. The worst part about it is carbon monoxide is also colorless and odorless, so you don't know what's happening until it's too late. Don't do this unless you potentially want to become a statistic, and also invest in a carbon monoxide detector.
Don't do this. 100% don't do this. This is idiotic. This is literally, as Philip DeFranco would say, don't be stupid. Stupid. Oh, man, it feels so like, oh, yeah, I'm making food for the entire family, but here we go. Just gave carbon monoxide poisoning to everybody. You're going to feel horrible, you know? Oh, boy. Oh, boy. And the rice didn't even look cooked all the way. It kind of looked like half. Never mind. Never mind.
Ago. When you're a chronic drinker, meaning 3 to 5 drinks per week, you're going to start seeing some changes in your frontal cortex. Your neural pathways are what house your emotions, feeling, memories, movements, sensations. It's the powerhouse for the nervous system to regulate your emotions and take back control of your life. Except when you drink, these continue to go to sleep, so you continue to lack decision-making skills and emotional regulation. Most people think they're immune to alcohol unless they're a drunk or alcoholic. Unfortunately, that's just not the case. You've been struggling with your mental health or your marriage or your relationships, I urge you to stop drinking. It's a vicious cycle.
I got distracted by this green thing in the back. I feel like I know exactly what that is. Does anyone else know exactly what that is? Wait, so what? Vicious cycle, don't drink, do the other things instead? Yeah, I like that. I normally don't drink, but when I do drink, oh boy. Yeah. Last night was crazy.
Company figured out how to 3D print shoes. Here's what's crazy. Those shoes aren't made from any traditional material. They grew them from bacteria. It's one of the wildest things I've ever seen. The company's called Oxman, and their goal was to create a shoe that was 100% biodegradable. Normal shoes use up to 4,000 forever chemicals and 40 different materials. But these shoes only use one, PHAs, and PHAs are crazy. You can see here, they're actually grown inside bacteria. Oxman harvests those PHAs, melts them down, and then turns them into a fiber. Those fibers are then weaved together and printed into any design imaginable. And this 3D printing process is super similar to light spray by On Running. But the difference is that Oxman shoes are completely biodegradable. So in a weird way, these shoes come from nature and they could be broken back down into nature. And the crazy part is that this technology is not just limited to shoes. Here's a version of sustainable packaging they printed to house the shoes. They can also make apparel and other textiles using the PHAs. What they've done isn't just reimagine footwear, they've built a platform for growing sustainable clothing.
Wait, he said they could use this for other textiles and then just showed us like pictures of androids wearing the thing. Was that face mask that they built? I don't understand. This something's not right here. It's biodegradable. You get it from bacteria. What the heck is even as a PHA? What bacteria even causes that? At the same time, there's bacteria all around us. Is this safe? Is the bacteria getting hurt in this process of collection? Are you destroying the bacterias? So bacteria labs matter too. Oh boy.
So I think there's a very nefarious reason for these gigantic statues all over the world. And when I say gigantic, I mean look at the people. This thing is freaking huge. And shout out to this guy, he got my brain working. So look, all these giant statues are literally images and idols of pagan gods. This right here is an image of Shiva. As you can see again right here. By the way, it's giant, but just how giant? Wait 1 second, I'll show you. Here's another giant temple of Shiva, the destroyer. And then we have this one. You see how small the people are? Notice how they're all humongous, right? Like completely giant. What else is giant? The Nephilim were giants. But just how big were they? Well, in the Bible, it describes the size of the Amorites as being the size of a cedar tree. These cedar trees being like 100 foot, but that's not all. In the book of Enoch, we see them being up to 450 foot. I had a friend who personally saw angels, and he said that they were huge, towering over his head. So it makes sense they make giants, right? So back to the size of these statues all over the world, even the statue of Apollyon, Helios, or Abaddon. They're all the size of biblical or apocryphal giant Nephilim. These were real gods that existed. Here's where it gets really weird. There's all sorts of buildings all over the world, even carved in the stone and mountains that we cannot explain. Remember, these angels must be giants, right? Well, that's funny because at least 11 monolithic churches for ancient Ethiopian Orthodox Church were said to have been built by angels. Y'all, the people that actually live there say it's literally no mystery. They were built by angels. These churches were seemingly carved in the mountains and in the rock. So it makes sense they had some assistance. So besides the whole angelic construction all over the world thing, I think these were just the size of the actual Nephilim when they were on the earth. Let me know what y'all think below.
But how would they know? How would they know this is the actual size and that's why they built the statues? Isn't there a construction process of the statues that we witnessed? I mean, 100% there were giants. I mean, I'm feeling the giants narrative myself. Hey, if there was all these other species, why can't there be species that were bigger than us? Why we got to be the best one? Why we got to be the only ones? Simulation sounding real good. Simulation sounding real good. Ready for the Giants. I'm ready. Let it happen. Yo, those Shiva statues look crazy.
Cathedrals, when you look at castles, when you look at all these things, they always have these wells. You always see these wells. They're always inside, and they're deep. You know, they're getting water from, you know, however deep they are, they're getting water. They always have water. Even these castles on mountains, you're like, how did they get the water up there?
Right.
They're pulling water from the earth. And this is the myth. We look up at the sky and we go, oh my gosh, it's not raining. And then we look at the lakes, which only are about 30 to 40% full. And we say, oh my gosh, we're running out of surface water. We're running out of rainwater. We don't have any water. But in reality, there's water underneath our feet all the time. And this is what primary water was. And most people don't know that when they invaded Libya and the whole thing with Gaddafi, the first thing that they took out was the pipeline he was creating to give all the water to the Middle East and Africa. He said everybody should eat organic, not have pesticides, and have an abundance of water. And the first thing that they took out was the pipeline, because he understood that there was all this water underneath us. And he was growing organic, beautiful food in the middle of the desert. He's like, nobody needs to starve. You guys can all have food.
Oh, that's great that this guy was doing that, but that's also bad that we stopped that and the pipeline was destroyed and we didn't let it happen. Oh boy. There's no winning here in wars. There's no winning. There's no winning in politics either. That's why we don't get political. But this is something beyond that. This is something about, like, you know, the betterment of the human being, like continuing on. Hey, giving them that aid that they need. You know, hey, I have water. You should get water too. Hey, we have forests. I can grow some organic food. That's a great thought. But hey, if money cannot be made, I guess, and it's not profitable, we stopped the things. What was the other way? We invaded some other war where we went and we took the poppy fields or the opium field. I'm sorry, I forget. There's many things. We do this all the time.
Noah actually had a very interesting appearance. See, the Book of Enoch explains his hair and body to be as white as snow. It even says that his eyes were as bright as the sun. But these are all signs that Noah could have been albino. Now, the Bible says that his ark landed somewhere in the mountains of Ararat, which is very interesting because in those very same mountains, people end up finding this ancient boat-like structure with the exact same dimensions as Noah's Ark in the Bible. Now, Moses was actually a very rich kid. He actually grew up in an Egyptian palace before he literally killed somebody. What's really strange is that somehow Moses was still kind of insecure. Even though he is known as one of the greatest leaders in history, Moses almost gave it all up just because he had problems with his speech. It also seems like Moses might have actually had 2 wives. See, the Bible says that Moses married a woman named Zipporah, but then the book of Numbers talks about this completely different Cushite woman. See, the Bible doesn't really explain who she is or what the circumstances were at all. So even today, this woman's identity is a complete mystery.
Could they just have mistranslated the name and it's actually the same lady and he didn't have 2 wives? Whoa, come on now. You don't know. You weren't there. We need that time machine. We need to get that time traveling suit. That's how we're going to find out. Oh, boy. It's hard to say, but I do believe the Noah story did happen. It only makes sense. It's been repeated in so many religions as well. It's the same story told in different ways. And somebody did it. Somebody rounded up all the animals, put them on an ark. And that picture did look like it was ark-ish. Interesting.
Dolls from the movie Wicked have a link to an adult video website on the back of the boxes. Yeah, a link to an adult video website. So this movie, Wicked, based on some like Wizard of Oz type stuff, is coming out later this month. So they got some toys associated with it, including this doll of like the Wicked Witch of the West, I'm guessing. And this doll of the Ariana Grande of the West, I'm guessing. Anyway, they have a link on the back of the box for Wicked. But that link, that website, it's not for that movie. It's for a little bit of a different type of movie. An adult video website. Yeah, I know some stuff. I've been to Sheboygan, you know. Mattel, the toy company that makes those toys, said, look, it's just a mistake. They wanted to put a link to the Wicked movie, but they got the wrong website. Accidents happen. But the good news is single dads all over the world are buying up these dolls now for Christmas. In fact, some of those single dads don't technically even have kids. The movie Wicked, coming out soon. The website Wicked, it's there every day. Okay, Booshkies, I just wanted to share this with you. Shabadoo!
Shabadoo. They still don't know what Shabadoo means, but he keeps saying it. Yes, this is actually crazy. I had my friend who's a collector call me and be like, hey, did you buy these dolls for Kyra? I was like, no, I never bought the dolls. Supposedly they're worth a lot of money now because of the misprint. So he's trying to collect as many as he can, and he's going to resell them, I guess, to other collectors that want the misprint because it's worth a lot when there's a misprint.
Dude, have you seen this creature right here they caught in their backyard? This isn't no joke, man.
Where is this on your property? WTF is that? In the backyard. I swear to God, this is not a joke. This is actually we terrified with.
So there's two people or two subjects that are in your
I'm just saying, man, that thing.
Correct, and they're very large. 9 feet.
I mean,
I don't know.
What do y'all think? Y'all think it's real?
Big eyes. They have big eyes, like I can't explain it, and big mouth. They're tiny eyes, and they're not human. They're 100% they're not human.
Happened to me. Keep in mind, this is midnight, and I'm fixing a truck in my backyard. At this point, I'm only with my brother, and I hear something fall from the sky. I turn around. The only thing I see is a big light falling from the sky, and moments after, I feel a big impact and a bang, sort of like a big impact fall. So when that happened, the only thing I can see in the backyard is a tall creature.
Wait, so is this the footage that he captured, or is this like AI? Is this? It actually seemed very interesting. The movements, the way I've never seen anything like this. This is definitely an interesting video. It definitely appeared like the being was legitimate. I don't know. There's just something about it, like the way the face was, the movements. Could be CGI too, you know. Just look at that. Like you can see the ribs, the details. You can see it breathing almost. Would the aliens be breathing, or is this a suit that he's wearing? Huh? These are the things I wonder. Wow. What do you guys think? Does this feel authentic to you? I mean, the guy that's speaking, I think he definitely called 911. It must have been recorded, right? Guys, that is it. I hope you're all doing well. I guess the weekend's now over. Monday through Friday, we got videos. I'm on Rumble. Follow me on Rumble in case YouTube shuts me down. It's hard to tell with their algorithm nowadays, but we'll always be putting content on Rumble. That is it. Stay safe, stay strong, and most importantly of them all, don't be a hero. Don't be a hero. Goodbye. Goodbye. Goodbye.
Wake up.